In Taiwan, we're encouraged by the many stories that contribute and showcase progress towards building a better future for generations to come. It is our honor to bring them to you through the eyes of Standard Chartered.
Hi, Vicky.
Hi. Yeah,
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to our Cycling Culture Museum.
Oh, this is fabulous. It's lovely to be here. When I came into the building, the new building, I just thought it's amazing. Actually, the design and the architecture.
Yes.
So it's an honor to be here to spend time with you, understand the history of biking.
Almost 200 years, people are working hardly to make themselves comfortable on bicycle.
On the bicycle.
Yes.
This is climate change. It hugely resonates with me and also with Standard Chartered, because we have big ambitions and aspirations in sustainability, having signed up to and aligned with the Paris Agreement. So for us, we're actually looking to move our own business operations to net zero by 2025. So very soon.
Yes.
Right. If you think we're in 2022, so there's a lot of work to be done to reduce our emissions that we produce. But not only that, the other big ambition is by 2050 we want to be net zero with our financing. We want to help our clients transition to net zero. So the financing we provide, we're doing a lot of measurement and alignment and working with our clients in terms of that ambition to get to net zero. So when I look at this wall here, climate change, air pollution.
Yes, for the people, everyone else, YouBike is the thing to help people that you can change the way that you move.
I love that.
You give up your car, you give up your motorcycle, you just get on a YouBike. You even don't have to buy a bike. You just get on YouBike and then you get on LRT or the bus to go to wherever
it's having
you
that
want. Yes,
convenience.
so people can lower and lower their carbon.
Their own personal carbon footprint. It's interesting that we've got YouBike positioned by our new head office on Liaoning Street. So our new head office is a lot more environmentally friendly. So we just had our main branch, we just had that LED gold certified. We're hoping that the main head office as well, we also get the gold certification, so much more sustainable building. But also, one of the big components of the measurement of that is, one, we're right next to the MRT station, so it makes it easier for our employees to use the MRT to come to work, right? A lot greener. We work with the landlord to make sure we had a YouBike station next to the MRT, which means that our employees can use the YouBike, right? They can use the MRT. Everything becomes a lot more sustainably geared. So this whole journey, like you say, cycling is good for your health anyway. Right? It's great for the environment. We're talking about Giant itself, obviously making that transition to net zero, and then obviously YouBike supports the community. Right? It's fantastic. What were the learnings from 1.0 to, I guess this is 2.0, is it?
The first thing, you can come.
I'll come round.
Okay, it's the seat adjustment. It's like the office chair. You adjust your chair height. Of course, the duck, it's easy to set up. So we don't have to dig the lane, the city street. We just put on the duck, just like the bicycle rack. And then we don't need any power. All the power we need is solar and the battery.
Is all through solar here.
Solar and the battery. So solar is to recharge the battery.
So the bike itself is environmentally friendly in the sense of use of solar for the digital aspects of the battery here. It's fascinating because the biggest emissions or the biggest our contribution to greenhouse gas emissions is our use of electricity, right? If you set aside financing with our clients, which is significant. And so one of the things here in Taiwan, as we think about how do we reduce our emissions, on some of our buildings and properties, we're putting solar panels. So this year, I think it was either 2 or 3 of our branch properties and offices, we will put solar panel. But that's limited by the structure of our properties. So you can only put so many solar panels because of load bearing and the like. So the next thing is, how can we source greener energy?
Yes,
right?
yes.
Which
and
is
then we use a small panel. We don't need
use the panel here.
Yes, yes, on here.
And so obviously as the Taiwan government and we start to see, more wind and more solar.
Yes.
We do quite a lot of the financing of wind and solar projects here in Taiwan, which we're really proud of. There's going to become more accessibility to greener energy.
Yes.
Right. So that's one of the big things we want to make sure as a business we source greener energy.
And this is the regular bike, and we talked about e-bike there. This is the YouBike. We call it 2.0 E. If people need it, they can find the e-bike from the app.
Yes.
So in the app, you see what station they have the 2.0 E. They have the e-bike, and how much battery left on each bike.
Yes. So when you've been telling me the journey of Giant and then the journey of YouBike, there's a huge amount of personalization, and I like to call it like that client obsession. So thinking about what does the client really want, how do you make it super convenient. And I hadn't appreciated actually that you've now got the YouBike E, the 2.0 E, which is super
I
exciting,
like this
right?
very much too. So
and you're using the app, right?
Yes,
app technology.
Yes, it's in the app. So you can find where the e-bike is, and you find it, and
you
then
can locate and
even if you go Minquan Daqiao in Taipei City, that bridge, I want to use e-bike. I don't want to ride a regular bike. In Taiwan, totally we have YouBike in 9 cities, and the total number of the YouBike up to now is about 85,000 bikes.
Wow.
85,000 bikes. Averagely, we have more than 300,000 rides in Taiwan totally, one day average.
Per day?
Per day. Citizens love to use YouBike for everything.
Yeah.
They go to work, or even they go to Riverside for sightseeing. They love to use YouBike to explore the cities.
Yeah. So I'm interested, what's your ambition? How many bikes do you think you'll have in Taiwan? So you're 85,000 today. Is there target to have more bikes?
Everything comes to the contract with the government.
Yes.
But for my idea, the more the better. So the citizens have more chance to change their way of moving. I wish citizens will use YouBike, use bicycle more than motorcycle or cars.
I know the government published their net zero ambition this year for 2050 and that roadmap. And I noticed in that roadmap there was a lot of focus on transportation and infrastructure, as well as obviously types of energy and energy uses. So it sort of feels like your ambition and everything you're doing around YouBike is very aligned with the broader ambition of Taiwan. So I can only imagine that there will be more YouBikes, more cities, more towns having them, more usage.
Yeah, I think so too. And our government, they have their goal that for the transportation, they want to either to change the way of transportation or less the needs of transportation, of moving.
Yes.
And YouBike is the one really can help people to complete these two missions. Either change their way of moving, of traveling, or shorten their needs for the transportation, especially shorten the driving by using YouBike and the MRT, the public transportation. That's really are the two goals government wants.
What's sort of YouBike? Is there a YouBike 3.0? Do you think we're at 2.0 today? What's the next generation, do you think?
I think we can use 2.0 for a very long time.
Yes.
Because now we move everything onto the car. It's like we have a cell phone on the car. So we just update or renew the cell phone. I don't have to replace the duck or the bicycle. Bicycle is bicycle. Still, people has to pedal it. So bicycle is bicycle. But the system itself, yes, we improve it from 1.0 to 2.0. It's because of the infrastructure's big change.
Yes.
Before we have to install the landline to get the power, but now we don't need that power line. So everything is on that machine, on the bike. So we can do a lot of things through that, just like our cell phone. The inside, the system itself, we can do a lot of change, a lot of improvement. But the bicycle itself, it's bicycle. So bicycle and the duck I don't think we will change that in the near 10 years. I don't think so. But that machine, we can do a lot because it's developed in the cloud. Everything is in the cloud, so we can do a lot of connections. We can do a lot of things.
That's very interesting because as a bank, you know, we have a cloud strategy, right? So we're moving a lot of our technology and infrastructure into the cloud. You know, because we're seeing obviously a lot more use of digital, and you want to be able to upgrade your technology, your technology architecture, you know, the channels in terms of how you serve your customers, and you know, be able to adapt that quicker. So one, we move to the cloud, or in the process of doing that. Two, we found during COVID-19 and the pandemic, more people adopting digital, right? Because one, it was safer to do so, didn't need to go outside, couldn't go outside during the level 3, for example. And so our digital adoption is now close to 70% as an organization. And even like in our wealth business, more than 90% of our transactions are digitally done, right? So we are just seeing more and more digital adoption. Our clients are asking for it more. And then the other things, simple little things like, you know, people not getting their statements paper, right? Paperless statements. So move to e-statements, encourage our customers to take e-statements because it's far better for the environment, right? You don't have to use paper. So we've seen our paper usage drop by 7.5 million fewer A4 sheets of paper that we're using as a result within our organization. And I think all of these things contribute to the environment, plus they're more convenient for our customers, right? So our customers find it easier to use. So I think there's a lot of similarities in your journey as YouBike, the banking industry's journey, you know, our journey as Standard Chartered in that sense. So it's fascinating.
Yeah, I think that's very cool because if I ride on YouBike, of course, I don't want to bring a lot of things, a lot of paper with me. If I go to the bank, I just use my cell phone. I can finish everything with the bank. I don't have to sign a lot of paper. I think that is excellent. We have this cloud technology. I really enjoy this paperless life. Now I go to bank, I don't have to bring my book.
Your passbook, yes.
So it's really a great benefit for our life now that we have this cloud technology. Help the customers. They live easily.
What's your ultimate aspiration when you sort of step back? You've done so much so far.
Yeah.
What's next?
But I have a crazy dream that through YouBike, I want to change the city landscape, makes the city looks neat and comfortable and roomy, because we align the bicycle neatly, and then we make more space through this, I can change the landscape of the city, make city beautiful, and I want to help people that they can reach their net zero emission in year 2050. I work with the government year by year and more government. So I try to fulfill their mission, their contract, also help our citizens. I think this is not just my goal, it's the whole world. And I'm lucky I have YouBike. I can help people. So I'm very optimistic to say that we can do that. And I want to do that. And so
fantastic.
Yeah.
And at the cornerstone of that is, you know, helping the world get to net zero, right, by 2050 or even sooner if we can.
Yeah.
And I think that the aspiration is big. So it's not just about our own operations. You know, we employ 80-odd thousand people. We're in 59 markets, right? We want to emit fewer emissions, but the bigger role we play is actually in helping our clients make the transition to net zero, because there is a huge amount of investment that needs to go into the world if we're going to achieve that, right? You can pick the numbers, but the one that sticks out for me is about $150 trillion of financing and capital is needed to make that journey. And then you step back and you say, well, we, Standard Chartered as a bank, we play a pivotal role in facilitating that journey, right? In making sure we can arrange and provide the capital in the places it's needed most to help accelerate that journey to net zero. So, you know, helping our clients make that leap. And if you then step back and you say, we're operating in some super interesting markets across Asia, Africa, and the Middle East, and many of those markets are the ones that need the investment most, then, you know, the role that we play becomes even bigger. And I think that, you know, as a leader in an organization like Standard Chartered, it's my role to help facilitate that. I always say to myself is, you know, when I move on to do something else at some point, you know, am I handing the organization to the next generation of leaders to continue that journey and make it better? So I think we have very similar aspirations, actually.
Yes, very similar. We improve ourselves. We also want to help people.
Correct.
To reach that goal. I think we are very similar.
Very similar.
Yes, yes.
And I'd like to thank you personally for today. It's been absolutely awesome to get to meet you, Vicky, to get to spend some time, you know, understanding the journey here in Taiwan, spending time in the museum. It's fabulous. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I really enjoy talking with you, and it's a great pleasure. Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We've set long-term aspirations to tackle the severe impacts of climate change, stark inequality, and unfair aspects of globalization that impact everyone and the planet. And we're integrating sustainability into all our decision-making across our business, operations, and communities as we seek to accelerate the transition towards net zero. This is a big task, and we know we can't do it alone. We must all act together and do what we can.